You're watching the special extended edition of The Buck Stops Here. We are looking at all the latest political developments, and it has been a packed day of politics, starting, of course, with that much discussed Rahul Gandhi speech. Let's bring you those images. Rahul Gandhi in a new aggressive form, in a new avatar, perhaps more aggressive than we've ever heard him before, more passionate, more energized. Was he reaching out to the Congress cadre? Can he reinvigorate the Congress campaign? Can he put the Congress back in the game? Rahul Gandhi did not directly take on or say too much about being the Prime Ministerial nominee, something that his mother ruled out yesterday, and even at the beginning of her speech today, only saying that the Constitution said it was for the MPs to elect who their Prime Minister is to be. He also targeted and took on Narendra Modi, warning that the BJP was stoking fires of communal hatred. On the program today, these are some of the developments that we'll be looking at. Rahul Gandhi's call to arms. Can it galvanize the troops? And even if it galvanizes the troops, what about the voter? Was Rahul Gandhi essentially addressing the Congress worker? There is no question, though, that from being extremely diffident, awkward, even reclusive, Rahul Gandhi has donned a new avatar. Where was this Rahul Gandhi hiding, and is he here to stay? Can it change the rhetoric and the energy of this campaign? The BJP, in the meantime, after Mani Shankar Iyer's mocking of Narendra Modi's origins, is fuming. It's demanding an apology. Mani is refusing to offer one, saying that he stands by his comments that Mr. Modi could come and sell tea at the AIC session. By the way, Mani Shankar Iyer was singled out for praise in Panchayati Raj by Rahul Gandhi. Arun Jaitley is saying, let 2014 be a battle between a former tea vendor and the dynasty. Meanwhile, let's not forget about the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party is at war, and it's at war with the Delhi police. What impact will that have on Battle 2014? Will a creeping anarchy bring down the uprising? That's what a number of AAP supporters are also asking. So on the program today, we're asking for Battle 2014, who is more war ready? And before we play excerpts of Rahul Gandhi's speech, I think we've all heard most of it now. Let me go across to Leader of the Opposition, Arun Jaitley. Arun Jaitley has made a number of comments today on the comments we've heard from the Congress conclave. And Mr. Jaitley, you have actually raised a number of questions, but primarily among them is about dynasty. And you write today in your blog that the diminishing returns of a dynasty controlling a party are now visible. In 25 years, Gandhi has not been a Prime Minister of this country. India indeed is changing. The Gandhis can control a party but not the nation. The Congress turned around and said, well, the fact that the Gandhis haven't been a Prime Minister for 25 years proves that the Gandhis are not hankering for the top job. Your comments at the Rahul Gandhi you've heard today.
Well, I really didn't hear the speech myself because we were all busy in the BJP's National Executive Committee. But I've certainly read detailed extracts of the speech on the net, and I've also seen parts of it on the evening news channel. I think there was nothing very new about the speech except the routine points which are being made. It was a speech which was being intended to be addressed to the Congress cadres who had come to attend the AICC. I think when the AICC meeting was called, there was a lot of song and dance that they'll go back with a prime ministerial candidate. I think after the end of the speech, and thanks to Virappa Moily, they've gone back with 3 gas cylinders each for the rest of for all the people of India.
All right. But to be fair, Mr. Jaitley, the speech did go beyond gas cylinders, and it did speak of, for the first time, perhaps, a kind of direct confrontation with the BJP. And here's what Rahul Gandhi said about your party. He said that your party offers oversimplified non-solutions. He said that your party blocks parliament. He said that your party is about to hand over the structures of power to one man. And he said that your party stokes the fires of communal hatred. And he said that the Congress Mukt Bharat slogan that Narendra Modi often uses, though he didn't name Mr. Modi, he said this slogan is heard in this campaign. The BJP doesn't know its history. The BJP doesn't know that the Congress is a philosophy, it's a movement, and we are the trustees of that idea. Your comments, Mr. Jaitley.
Well, let me just give you the entire context, including some of the remarks you've made. Between 1947 and 1989, barring the brief period of Mr. Morarji Desai, you had a Nehru as a Prime Minister of this country. From 1989, the next 25 years, you haven't had a Gandhi, which means India has changed. You came very close in 2004 to have a Gandhi as a Prime Minister, but then there was nervousness. 2014, the nervousness is even greater. which means the Gandhis have a control over the party. They don't have a control over the national mood. And therefore, they realize the fact that India is changing. That's my first point. The second, the challenge before the Congress is how to revive the Congress. And therefore, the nervousness of the Congress. I think the moot point today is the Congress has lost the will to fight. They are good as long as the going is good. In an adverse situation, that will to fight is not there, and the will to fight can't be revived in the manner that Winston Churchill tried to revive the mood of the Allies in the Second World War with his great speech in the House of Commons. I don't think this was a speech which can inspire to that extent. Obviously, Congress has an old tradition, but the Congress is shrinking. A party which used to command 300 and 400 seats in Parliament today may struggle to even reach 3 digits. That's the ground reality today. They are conceding space to others, and they don't know the direction that they will follow as far as the next election is concerned. Now, as far as this allegation of communalism or secularism is concerned, I think this election is being contested predominantly on issues of governance, much that the Congress would like to add an element of communalism to it. Mr. Shinde has tried it in the last week. He hasn't succeeded. The original draft of the communal violence bill tried it. They haven't succeeded. And I think this election is being contested on issues of governance, and let that be so. Now, as far as the allegation is concerned that you are handing over power to one man, I think a few days ago, this comment when it was first made, I had answered this. Both Mr. Vajpayee and Mr. Modi, who've been amongst the more popular leaders in the BJP in their generation, were always subject to the party. It is the Congress party, whether it was Panditji's period or Mrs. Gandhi's period or subsequently, where whatever the family wanted, even aberrations of the family became a part of the ideology. During the emergency, a limited dictatorship became a part of the ideology. In the late 60s, early 70s, going socialist became a part of the ideology. It's only the family which is eulogized. And I also commented that 2 outstanding prime ministers India has seen, Lal Bahadur Shastri, a man of great credibility, and Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, who would be recorded in history as a man who gave a new turn to India's economic policy and foreign policy. They don't even find a place on the Congress party's billboards today. But therefore, it's a party which is wedded to the dynasty. It's a crowd around a dynasty. And therefore, when the dynasty can't deliver, the party feels helpless.
Arun Jaitley, though, you know, Ram Guha earlier today was pointing out the iconography on the stage. I thought that was an interesting point, and he said that he saw Sardar Patel there, he saw Sarojini Naidu there, he saw Maulana Azad there, he even saw Baba Saheb Ambedkar there. So, you know, he felt that it was an attempt to go beyond the traditional Congress measuring its own history only in terms of the Nehru-Gandhi family. But later the Prime Minister actually just contradicted that by describing the party to be a party of Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. Do you believe that anything you heard from Rahul Gandhi today actually countered that dynasty trap that the party seems to be in? And would you give him credit, at least Arun Jaitley, because you're a fair-minded person, for being a different kind of Rahul Gandhi today than the one you've seen before?
No, if you are speaking in terms of eloquence, yes, he didn't read the speech earlier which he had been reading. He may have been a little more eloquent, but except going by the usual points, there was a vision of India which is expected at this stage. You are going into an election. You are emerging out of a slowdown. You want to see how you can revive the investment environment in this country, how you can do away with this environment of corruption as far as India is concerned. Now this low credibility of the government which has been created in the last few years, he really had to give an alternative vision and revive the cadres out of that mood. If that's the test, I'm not so sure how far he succeeded in doing that.
But can I put a question to you? You know, just a little while ago, Chetan Bhagat made an interesting formulation, and he said that while Rahul Gandhi may have wanted to be Arvind Kejriwal, now what's happening is that because there's a little bit of a meltdown happening in the Aam Aadmi Party, and Prashant Bhushan will be joining us in just a few minutes to talk about that, it has created a little bit more space for Rahul Gandhi's speech to have a greater impact. Where do you see the AAP factor in all of these dynamics?
Well, I think, first of all, let's be clear what the AAP factor was. Let me speak in terms of the positives of the AAP factor first. The AAP was a reaction. It was a reaction against traditional politics. The voters in India, or at least a section of the voters, wanted some improvement as far as traditional political parties is concerned. There is a distinct impression about probity, accountability in public life. There was a reaction against the VIP culture in public life. And I think voters wanted a change as far as that is concerned. Now, the vote for AAP was really a vote, an angry vote as a reaction against that conventional politics. It was also a distinct signal to all political parties, including my party, that we expect you to grow, we expect you to change, we expect you to improve. Now, having said so, I think it was a historic opportunity for the AAP party as a creation of a movement to really start implementing a very cogent and a sensible agenda. Instead, they started, the style of politics itself became substantive governance. There's been no substantive governance which has taken place. Now, which car I travel in, which house I live in, how much populism I can indulge in. I think these are factors which became a part of their governance culture. Now, to say that every citizen in Delhi must carry a camera and start recording others, individuals must start organizing, private individuals must start organizing searches and raids on the houses of their neighbors. I think this is a disastrous thing. We are looking for a political party to provide serious governance. We are not a city. We are the national capital. We are a global city. We are not a city which was looking for the establishment of a Gestapo as far as Delhi is concerned, where party cadres start visiting schools, they start visiting neighbors' houses and start conducting searches. I think they've started off on a very bad note. Normally, there is a honeymoon period which a political party has, which gives them where even mistakes are excused for a reasonable number of for a reasonable period of time. I think they've gone into a mood of self-destruct, and one of the reasons is they got the vote too easily. Agitating is one fact, creating a political party meant for governance is quite another. I think that transformation is something which has to be watched, and in the first round, they don't seem to have succeeded in that transformation.
And can I ask you, at this moment, you have the AAP government saying they'll go on dharna on Monday if the cops are not suspended. The Lieutenant Governor has ordered an inquiry. This is actually pretty unprecedented.
Well, let me tell you, in this whole battle between a minister and a policeman, as far as a policeman is concerned, he's bound by the law. His rights are circumscribed by the law. A citizen also has a right of personal liberty. Those young ladies who were living in that locality have a right not to be searched. They have a right not to have cavity searches on their bodies unless they've committed an offense. An offense can be detected in a particular manner which is prescribed by law. Now, you can't create an imbalance by saying, I am the minister, I am directing you to do so. Now, ministers have no power as far as criminal law is concerned. They cannot direct a police officer. A police officer is answerable to the law. And I think the police officer who stood by the law did something which is quite exemplary. I have praised him for that particular action. And I think the Aam Aadmi Party should realize that they are on a wrong cause. The sooner they retract from this cause, the better it is, because the basis of the incident on which they've started this, I don't think they seem to be on the right side.
A last question to you. Do you believe that this is an election of conflicting ideologies, as Sonia Gandhi said this morning, or do you believe that it's about personalities, in which the three personalities that are most talked about right now are Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi, and yes, I will still say Arvind Kejriwal?
Well, I think this election is a lot about an anti-incumbency against the UPA. It's an anti-incumbency because of their terrible performance on the economic front, because of corruption and various other factors. Secondly, this election was increasingly becoming a quasi-presidential election with the leaders of the parties clearly projected. The Congress is trying to duck that battle and give a psychological advantage to the BJP. Thirdly, this election is partly also about ideologies, because the ideological personality of a party on various issues of security, issues relating to economic policy, these are all issues which are going to come out. Certainly, if the Aam Aadmi Party decides to contest a national election, that all airports must be nationalized, all natural resources must be nationalized, and statements of this kind, certainly economic policy will also come to the forefront. how to revive the economy, how do you have a decisive leadership which you didn't have in the last few years, I think is something which the voters are looking for, and that's something which gives Narendra Modi a distinct advantage.
All right, Arun Jaitley, thanks for joining us. Arun Jaitley, leader of the opposition, taking on both Rahul Gandhi's speech and the Aam Aadmi Party. Prashant Bhushan, senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, is with us. But for the benefit of our viewers who've just joined us, we're just going to take you through key excerpts of Rahul Gandhi's speech, and then we'll ask Prashant Bhushan how he sees the larger map of politics today and how he sees what's happening in Delhi. We're asking on this program for the 2014 battle, who's more war ready? And let's just take you through some of those key excerpts of Rahul Gandhi, a speech in which Rahul Gandhi took on the BJP, said that the BJP is stoking fires of communal hatred, but also spoke about RTI being the crowning glory, as it were, of the government.
प्रधानमंत्री को मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट चुनते हैं, ये हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है। मैंने कहा कि मैं आपका एक सिपाही हूं, जो भी आप मुझसे करवाना चाहते हो मैं करने को तैयार हूं, आप कहो और मैं करने को तैयार हूं। डेमोक्रेसी इज नॉट रूल बाय वन मैन, डेमोक्रेसी इज रूल थ्रू द एम्पावर्ड इलेक्टेड representative, through you. We do not respond by lighting the fires of communal hatred. We do not respond by proposing oversimplified non-solutions. आपके जो ऑपोजिशन के लोग हैं, ये जो भी बोलना चाहते हैं बोलते हैं। ये ऐसे लोग हैं भैया, ये ऐसे लोग हैं, इनकी मार्केटिंग बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत बढ़िया मार्केटिंग है, चमक है, गाना है, नाच है। ये गंजों को कंगे बेच डालेंगे। This is a turning point in our nation's journey. Nobody is in the mood to accept less than their full and complete right. They want a fair deal, and frankly, they deserve it. मैं एक ऐसा दिन देखना चाहता हूं जब AICC का सेशन हो और अगर मैं इधर देखूं तो महिलाएं दिखाई दें। 50% इस देश का पॉपुलेशन महिला है और मैं चाहता हूं कि आधा कमरा महिलाओं से भरा हो। We are assembled here as the trustees of an idea. The trustees of an idea, and we are going to defend this idea. This idea is far greater than any one of us. कांग्रेस पार्टी एक संगठन नहीं है, कांग्रेस पार्टी एक सोच है, एक सोच है, ये सोच हमारे दिल में है। कांग्रेस पार्टी की सोच नहीं है, ये 3000 साल से चली आ रही है।
All right, you heard Arun Jaitley, you heard Rahul Gandhi, those key excerpts. Shekhar Gupta, editor-in-chief of the Indian Express, is joining us. But first, I'm going to get Prashant Bhushan. He's been waiting a while. Prashant Bhushan, let's get your first thoughts. First, now, as a politician, what did you think of Rahul Gandhi's speech?
Well, I just heard these excerpts that you just played out. It was certainly delivered in a passionate style. Some of the rhetoric may sound good to some people, but the point is that politics is not done or won on the basis of one speech or even speeches. In politics, you are judged by your deeds. In politics, you are judged by what your party has been doing. He claims that the Congress has been ruling this country for a very long time. It has a record of whatever kind of governance it has provided. The party will be judged by its record of governance. The party will be judged by its actions. The party will not be judged by the speeches, by one speech or even a series of speeches made by people. Therefore, to think that this speech, this one speech spells out some kind of vision of India or even a vision of Rahul Gandhi, etc., I think would be a grave mistake. All kinds of speeches are being made these days by people who don't believe even a word of what they are saying, which do not match with their deeds.
Can I ask you though, Prashant Bhushan, there's a statement that came from your party this past week that the main fight of AAP was going to be with the BJP. And Yogendra Yadav, I think, said the Congress is not even in the frame. Arvind Kejriwal repeated that. What did you mean by that? Are you saying you're no longer equidistant from the BJP and the Congress? Or are you saying you no longer see the Congress as a contender? Which one is it?
No, we no longer see the Congress as a contender or a serious contender in this country, because their record of governance has been so bad. The corruption and this cronyism that has been practiced during the Congress regime has been so egregious, so extreme, that today the people are not ready to forgive them for all this. Whatever the speeches, whatever nice speeches Mr. Rahul Gandhi may give at this AICC session or anywhere else, their record is so stark, so bad, that today the people are not willing to forgive them, and that is why we do not see them as a serious contender today.
Prashant, I will ask you a little bit about the ongoing controversy in Delhi after a bit, but there's one related question. We had Chetan Bhagat on our program earlier, and he made this very interesting observation. He said that because he saw the Aam Aadmi Party graph in decline, he believed that there was more space for Rahul Gandhi's speech to be received well. He spoke of Rahul Gandhi as this man who wanted to be Arvind Kejriwal but couldn't, and felt that because this unseemly controversy in Delhi has taken the popularity graph of the Aam Aadmi Party down, there is a greater space for Rahul Gandhi's speech to be received well. I just wanted your thoughts on that.
So do two incidents over a period of 2 days bring down the graph of the Aam Aadmi Party?
This is what Chetan Bhagat said, and he's
this
been a
party
big admirer
has
of the
been in
Aam Aadmi
office
Party.
only for 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's all right. Unfortunately, many people start judging political parties or political movements by what they see on the media right then and now. So therefore, that's not the basis on which you can judge either a political movement or a political party or the political atmosphere in the country. The media plays out many things in a very tendentious manner. It sensationalizes many things. People who are watching television all the time may get an impression, even in a period of 2 hours, that look, this party has started declining or whatever, on the basis of just 1 or 2 stories that are run by the media. So therefore, that's not the basis on which you can judge a party or its track record of its people.